Yo, yo, what's happening, world? B March Boxing. You already know I'm back at it with another post fight review. We got Pitbull Cruz, fresh off coming off of his loss to Jose Valenzuela versus Angel Fierro from Mexico. All out Mexican warfare in this 10-round affair. And this fight was war, man. Good gosh, man. These guys, no regard for human life, no regard for children, women, nothing, man. This was just a straight out slugfest, man. And that's how Pitbull Cruz prefers to fight. And the Angel Fierro, well, the guy acquiesced to how the man Pitbull Cruz likes to fight. The first round, I gave it to Pitbull Cruz. He was throwing them big punches. He came out straight out the gate trying to knock this guy's block off. You know what I mean? Going hard body to the body, throwing big left hooks, just straight up and down, putting a pressure on the man Fierro. Fierro looked like he was taken a little aback by how the aggressiveness of Pitbull Cruz from the get-go took him a little bit of time to adjust. Even the second round was a little bit something similar. But in the third round, the man Fierro made his adjustments, started to put his punches together, and started to beat the shit out the man, Pitbull Cruz. He caught him with a nice right hook over the top, caught him on the temple while they was exchanging punches. It knocked off the guy's Pitbull Cruz equilibrium off a little bit, and that's when the man started to tee off on him, Fierro. You know what I mean? He started to put his punches together, and in this fight, if anybody was visibly hurt in this fight, it was Pitbull Cruz in round three. You know what I mean? So that's the first round I gave to Fierro, you know what I mean? Excuse me. Rounds four and five I gave it to Pitbull. You know what I mean? He got his bearings back together, started to put his punches together, started going to the head, putting pressure on the front foot, you know what I mean, not taking a step backwards. Fierro was trying to slug out with him, but Pitbull Cruz was landing the more cleaner, more effective punches, in my opinion, throughout round four and five. Round six, seven, eight, nine. Well, excuse me, round six, seven, and eight was all Fierro, you know what I mean? Pitbull Cruz was not adjusting well to the man Fierro landing punches in between his punches, basically counter punching him, you know what I mean? Using a little bit of boxing skills. And for the first time, now you can see the guy Pitbull Cruz he's taking a step backwards. This is a guy who's a front foot fighter, always coming forward, putting pressure on fighters. But Fierro was using his boxing IQ and ring generalship to accumulate points and scoring. Yeah, I mean scoring points. And I had him winning on a nice little streak from round six, seven, and eight. Picking up points and winning those rounds to make this a very close fight. Now going into round eight, no, excuse me, round nine and 10. Round 9 and 10, there was now a draw. Now this fight is up for grabs. Pitbull Cruz finally got his stuff together, and I slightly gave him round nine. It was a tough round to call, but I gave him round nine. And round 10, I gave it to the man Angel Fierro. You know what I mean? Excuse me. And the guy was taking steps backwards, man. Pitbull Cruz, aesthetically looking with the eye. These type of fighters who are come forward fighters applying pressure, when they taking steps backwards and not boxing, just taking steps backwards because they getting a whole lot of pressure applied on them by the guy across the ring from them. Aesthetically, from the eye looking, it's not a good look, and that was like something similar to how Triple G and Golovkin fought in the second fight. Who cares about the third fight? I don't even remember it. I remember the first and the second. And Pitbull Cruz, he wasn't ready for these big punches that the man Fierro was landing. You know what I mean? You know, Fierro was one landing the big punches, the counter punches, the uppercuts. Pitbull Cruz also, his lead right hand was percolating too. You know what I mean? The combinations. I thought he had the faster hand speed, but this guy, that's how you stop a guy with faster hand speed. You got to punch in between the punches. And I had this fight a draw, ladies and gents. I thought this fight was a draw. Honda boys in the chat. He says, who win? The judges gave a unanimous decision, which I thought was a disgusting display of judging. They gave a unanimous decision to the man Pitbull Cruz. I had this fight a draw. 5 rounds apiece. You know what I mean? Well, Fierro's body shot game and his jab was percolating very well, you know what I mean? Pitbull Cruz took a lot of punishment, you know. He's not the type of guy who's a slick fighter who's gonna be defensive minded. He's the type who blocks punches with his face and his head. And to me, that's a recipe for disaster. And Danger Fiora took advantage. He was just down on the cards in the beginning a little bit. He made a nice little run in the second half of the fight. But unfortunately for him, the guy Pitbull Cruz, who's the guy who in this situation is the A side, they gave him the nod, but I don't think he deserved this dub. B Marsh Box, leave your thoughts and comments. Let me know how you guys saw this fight. 9 millions in the chat. He says hi. Hi as well back to you. What's happening? Hi. What's happening? 9 million. But B Marsh Boxing, hit the thumbs up if you like the content. If you're new to the channel, please share and subscribe. And let me know in the comment section, how did you guys see this fight? I had this fight a draw, 5 rounds apiece. I'm gone. One.